it is also a reflection of the failed promises of the APC. Because the fact that we are talking restructuring talk now is an indication that politicians don't keep to the things they say. This was the same APC that even wrote a blueprint on it, led by Nasir El-Rufai, and that was what they touted from 2015. But 8 years down the line, nothing has been done. So I'm happy that Professor Wole Soyinka has reminded the President-elect Bola Tinubu on this, and it's incumbent on politicians to be able to keep their promises. It's as simple as that. Also, we'd like to see how, when all of this happens, he will make the key decisions. I heard his presidential campaign council was saying he will give a timeline once he's sworn in as regards the decision he will make on subsidy. That's a very critical one. Because you see, what makes a leader is decision. The decision he makes
and taking responsibility
at time of critical national issues. And those decisions will be what will judge the administration by vis-a-vis his campaign manifesto that we already have on ground. And someone like me will be looking out for the day when student loan will kick off. If student loan don't kick off, we'll talk to high heavens, because that's a benchmark at which you're going to hold politicians. Also, what he will do as regards subsidy, he said he will pull out subsidy. We're waiting till he pulls out subsidy. He says he will revive the economy. We are waiting for that economic miracle. And those are the things we're going to hold him by. Because that is how governance is done. And it's not only the media that will do it. A lot of people out there watching. There's something also called the Office of the Citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which is the most important office, I tell people. Even more important than any office in this country. So you sitting in the Office of the Citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you've got your right, as enshrined in the Constitution. You have the capacity to be able to inquire and ask critical questions when things are not going right. So also the presidential candidate of the Labour Party has said the leaked conversation with the founder and the general overseer of Living Faith Church, A.K.A. Winners Chapel, was doctored and completely taken out of context and distorted in a desperate attempt to rope him and have him prosecuted. Media aide to Peter B. Valentine, OBM, says that there has been a plot to search and review all Obi's calls in the last 3 years with a view to seeing if he mentioned interim government or anything that will make all progressive Congress prosecute him for treason, and if they take over. According to him, the badly distorted leaked conversation with Bishop OYEDEPO is the latest antics in effort to nail his principle. In the audio that has since gone viral on social media, Obi was heard appealing to OYEDEPO to help mobilize Christian voters ahead of the election, especially those in the north-central states of Kwara, Kogi, and Niger, declaring that the election was a religious war. Meanwhile, the Obi Presidential Campaign Council has also dismissed the leaked audio, describing it as deep fake audio file aimed at promoting religious tension in the country. In a statement jointly issued by head Obi Media, Dironi Fade, and the chief spokesperson of the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, Yunus Atanko, it's alleged that the APC was behind the leaked audio. So there are a couple of stories. Dr. Mate, I'm sure you want to jump on this then.
Well, number one, the election is over. Well, apart from the supplementary elections on April 15 in certain constituencies that have not yet been concluded. The post-election phase has begun. Cases are in court. We have over 100 cases already in the various tribunals. There will probably be more. The judiciary has provided a list of judges that will be involved in this. What is important is that, look, Nigerians should learn not to continue to heat up the polity. The cases that are in court will be determined according to the law. And that is why we keep calling on the judiciary to ensure that justice is done and that all parties concerned should respect the outcome of the ruling by the various courts. There is a room for appeal. What is disturbing is what happened, this last weekend about allegations of a leaked audio of a private conversation between Mr. Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, and Bishop David OYEDEPO of the Living Faith, Church, the Winners Chapel. Well, you can't blame the Labour Party for saying that, look, it looks like there is an attempt to monitor all the conversations held on Mr. Peter Obi's phone in the last 1 year as an attempt to set him up for one reason or the other. And specifically in one of the statements that was issued, the National Communications Commission was mentioned in this regard. I think that the NCC, in order to lower tension in the country, we need to come out and say that, look, this is not true. It's also important to note that
they did not see how terrorists were making conversation. It's P2B's conversation they saw.
Phone conversations
Shame on you people
no
in Nigeria.
Safe. Because if you look at the content there, the allegation is that, Mr. P2B was using religion, was mobilizing on the basis of religion. Well, isn't it the case that almost every candidate tried to use whatever they have to their own advantage? After all, in the All Progressives Congress, the issue was about Muslim ticket, and the fact that fans, as long as no law has been violated in that
Muslim ticket, and their Muslim allies had a meeting. I posted that video.
Come forward, has issued a statement to say that he was not involved in any partisan politics, and that he had no affiliation with any political party. But as a man of the cloth, as a religious leader, it was within his province, within his responsibility to pray for anybody that approaches him. And in that audio, if you listen to it very well, he kept saying, in the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus. So I don't see how that is a problem, because even if it was a Muslim that had come to him,
they even had a meeting and told them not to vote Christians because they are unbelievers.
Eschatology. It will still encourage